Alright, I'm gonna throw a hot water tank and a furnace in this house. This is a house we did a while ago. It's kind of messed up because they just left, so it still needs some work. But the furnace and tank shouldn't take too long because I just pulled it out so nobody could steal it. And I should just be able to drop it right back in there. But I did this a long time ago. I did all the duct work, and I mean, I just gotta slide it back in, slide the tank back in, then we're good. So. Alright, so I got the furnace in its spot, and it's really not that hard. So you want to put a new furnace in, and you already have your ductwork here, you already have your cold air boot, you already have everything in here. Or you just want to change your furnace. It's not hard. You could just take out your old furnace and put in a new one. All you're doing is unhooking the gas, unhooking the thermostat, unhooking the wire, and unhooking the vent. Sometimes it can be just a vent to your chimney, or it can be outside, which this is a high efficiency, so it's vented to the 2-inch. But I'm gonna just put it right back in the spot if I can. If I can't get it to its spot, I'm gonna try to get it close to where it was. Because when I put all this stuff together, it was different. So everything can kind of land different now. It's not gonna hurt it to land a little different, as long as it's in its spot. I got a little problem here, which it's really hard to get something in there and try to pry out, but I'm gonna try just to get it in its spot. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that in there, so I'm gonna just screw this side in. It's pretty close to its original spot. And I could tape that if I want to. And you seen that I had to. It's hard to get these dents out like this. There's a dent in it, so what I usually do is screw something in like this, back it off a little bit, and try to pull on it. Which it brings me out a little bit. As long as I can get a screw in there, it should be okay. Try to hold on this a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't have to necessarily go back. As long as it's screwed in. And I can always seal this with tape if I want to. I don't have to. So I'm gonna get back to it, speed it up. Okay, so for the power, I have this one's coming straight from up top, which is power. It's going right here. This is the one side of the switch. This is your main power. I got power jumping down to here to this plug. Usually there is a little brass tab, but the tab is broke, so I had to jump a wire down. If the tab wasn't broke, I wouldn't have had to jump a wire down and it would have fed down to there, but I have to. This is the switch leg, which this is coming straight from the furnace, so that's your switch leg. When you turn that on, your power comes on. This is your neutral. Neutral gets hooked up straight, so straight from the furnace, straight from up top. You wire nut straight from up top, straight to the furnace. But I'm only running it to this because this is a plug, so I need neutral for this plug. But as I said, power comes straight from up top, black comes straight from the furnace, goes on the other side of your switch, neutral to neutral, and you're good. So, and then of course your ground things so you don't, for one, so it doesn't get surged out. That's the main factor. Why you ground stuff, so it don't get surged out. So start grounding stuff, people. Stop leaving the ground off. If it ain't coming straight from your box, I guess you could tie to neutral if you wanted to. Actually, yeah, you probably could tie right to neutral. Alright, so the power's good. The gas is good also. All I had to do is tighten this up. Sometimes you have to bleed it, but when you do that, you could try to bleed it from here. I can turn this on, open this up, or I can bleed it from down there, which sometimes it doesn't even need to be bled. We'll see though. Alright, as you can see, the furnace is good. A few things can go wrong when you take these furnaces out and put them back in. That can go bad. That little right there with the two wires, I think this is a flame sensor. That igniter can go bad. This little like a thermocoupler thing, that can go bad. That's I forget what it's called. Gas valve can go bad, especially when you take these out and put them back in. The inducer motor can go bad. A lot of little things can go bad, but not anything that can't be replaced. All this can be replaced. It's a lot quieter with that door on. Alright, so we have heat, we're good. That is broke, the motor won't spin. That's why when I came here to take this out, I seen water all over the place because that motor is bad. I just got to replace that. It's fine. This is all going to get repainted. Everything's going to be all good. I just got to finish hooking this tank up and then do a few things upstairs and then we're good. Alright, so the furnace is done. I got the new pump in. Yeah, there's water everywhere, but it's gonna drain and they're gonna paint the floor and it's gonna be all good. I had to let the furnace run because it's kind of cold outside, so the furnace had to run. But now all I gotta do is finish this water tank, and I have to solder this to get the water on, because I mean, I can't just, you know, I gotta get the water on before I can finish the tank, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, if something is being a pain in the ass, well, hold on. If something's being a pain in the ass and it is not lighting, probably because it needs to be bled. This is how you bleed it. You just take the bottom off, whether that comes off or this comes off. And I ain't got very much battery left on my thing, and I don't want to change it because it's almost done. Alright, so you take off the cap. Anything, like if it don't want to light and it's a newer tank, more than likely it needs to be bled. So, I got a little leak there, I gotta tighten it up. What I'm gonna do, god damn it, I grabbed the new one, I didn't want to grab the new one, whatever, it is what it is. Gotta put pipe dope on it before I put it back. Alright. So you take off the cap, or the whole thing right there, take that off, and you turn your gas on. I know the furnace is on right there, I'm going to let it run for a second, let any air bleed out, which that's probably good enough right there. You can hear it, I can smell it, it smells like gas. It's not gonna light on fire like people think. It's not as dangerous as people think. I mean, it is dangerous, but it's not like people think. Not gonna just catch on fire. So, tighten that up. Give it a second. This should light. Now, it was being a pain in the ass, it wasn't lighting. Put it on pilot. First I'm gonna snap it. Okay. There we go. Now it's lit. I'm gonna sit here and hold it for a second while I put my cover on. She's on. Turn up the C, as I always do. Now she's lit. And I am going to put a couple of screws in that hat. There's a way you can test if this vent ain't working. Usually I get a cigarette, but you could take a match, put a match about right there, and if it sucks the smoke up, then your vent's working good. If it don't, then your vent's clogged or something, you're not vented right or something. So, good way to test, but for that, everything's on. Furnace is working, pump's on, water's on, tank's good, so we're good.